Again, thanks for joining this morning's webinar. We're going to go ahead and talk about the surprising ways to market YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram for your practice. My name is Mike Garcia. I am the marketing manager here at iMatrix. And again, we've been in business for over about 15 years or so. We've got around 11,000 clients now, and we are Google AdWords Premier Partner. So that's one out of 33 businesses in the world that actually has that Premier Partner title, not just the normal partner title. So we do know a few things about SEO, PPC. If you have questions, definitely let us know. But for this presentation, we are going to be going over some social media tips and some different things that you need to know about LinkedIn as well as Instagram and YouTube's potential. So again, what we're going to cover today is everything you need to know about LinkedIn. We're also going to go ahead and go over the maximizing potential through YouTube platform, as well as capturing the popularity of Instagram. And what we want to kind of start off with a little bit right now is, of course, LinkedIn. A lot of times people don't really tend to go on LinkedIn as far as, them thinking it's not anything that's good for my business. Maybe it's something that's good for me personally as a professional, but that actually isn't quite true. It's both good for both your business and for yourself professionally. So we're going to kind of go over, how that works and what you can do to utilize LinkedIn for yourself as well as your practice. So once you've kind of set up your eye care practice LinkedIn page, if you don't have one, feel free to go ahead and start one. It is free. It's actually not hard at all. You can start one up not just for your personal profile, but you can also start one up for your practice itself. Again, here we have one for iMatrix. Of course, the fact that I have iMatrix on my LinkedIn, it allows me to go ahead and post that I do work here, as well as the fact that people can go to that page and see iMatrix and see all the different things that iMatrix has posted, whether they're articles, things like that. And so it is essentially like a social media platform. It is a social media platform. It's just used in a different way, and it's kind of done a little more professionally as opposed to how Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus are kind of used. So just so everyone knows, there's about 65 million, I'd probably say maybe a little bit more, business professionals worldwide on LinkedIn, and it is considered the world's largest audience of influential professionals all in one place. So what you want to do is you want to kind of understand the difference between Facebook and LinkedIn. Now, of course, like I mentioned, it's going to be a little more professional. Facebook, of course, you can be professional, but again, it is a social network that a lot of people are on. A little over 1 billion people are on Facebook, and a lot of times people go on Facebook for more kind of sociable type things, as far as, things that are funny, things that they can converse with other people with, their friends, their family, things like that. And of course, they will follow businesses. Now, when it comes to businesses posting on Facebook versus LinkedIn, we kind of have a little image here in regards to showing a meme versus maybe an article. Facebook is going to be a little bit more leaning towards, memes, infographics, funny things, videos, stuff like that. Whereas LinkedIn is going to be a little more professional. You should really keep your LinkedIn updates focused solely on your professional thoughts and the eye care industry. So you want to make sure that when you are on LinkedIn that you are kind of keeping those two things separate. And again, it's not too hard, it's not too difficult, because even though you might be juggling a lot of different platforms, you might be juggling, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, sorry, you might think, there's too much, there's not enough, I can't handle another social media network. Well, if you think about it, with Facebook and Instagram, or sorry, Facebook and let's say Twitter, that's kind of easy because, those can actually have the same post. You can do one post and have it feed to your Twitter. Same thing actually when it comes to Instagram. Whenever I personally post on Instagram or Facebook, I actually post it through Instagram and then I push it through to Facebook. You can actually do that right out the gate with Instagram. You can post it to multiple different sites. It'll post it to your Twitter, to your Facebook. I believe it does it to Google Plus. I'm not sure, but it does post it to multiple sites. So that allows you to hit two birds with one stone. So you don't have to look towards LinkedIn as more of a burden. You can kind of look at it towards more of a professional take on certain things. And a lot of times people will look on LinkedIn for specific articles, kind of catering towards the eye care industry and that kind of thing. Well, another thing you want to do is, of course, you want to expand your industry network. One of the largest benefits of LinkedIn itself is the ability to network easily. So your business connections can introduce you to people you might now have not really have otherwise reached. A lot of times people tend to meet new connections, new networks through LinkedIn as opposed to obviously Facebook, Twitter. They might not be in that realm. So if you're looking to possibly grow your business professionally, maybe kind of reach out to specific vendors for certain things. Maybe you want to look into different frame vendors, or different types of vendors regarding other parts of your practice. You can actually do that through LinkedIn. It's a lot easier to do it that way. I personally have been to a lot of different trade shows, a lot of conferences, SECO, GWECO. I've been to all the Vision Easts, Wests. A lot of times you go there and you have everything, the whole gamut, everything from frame vendors. You have everyone from office supplies, to equipment, contact lenses. I mean, it's everywhere, and I'm sure all you guys have been there as well. You can't really reach those type of professionals and those type of businesses through Facebook majority of the time, or Instagram, or Twitter. LinkedIn's going to be kind of where you're going to want to do that. So you want to make sure, at least when you're trying to grow your practice in that aspect, maybe not necessarily from the patient aspect, but more so from the business side of things, LinkedIn's going to be a great network for you to really reach out to. It's going to help you to increase your network through that. Now, there are certain things called LinkedIn groups that you can actually join, maybe some eye care professional groups, different things like that. And these groups really give you the opportunity to connect and engage with individuals in the same industry or similar interests. So ask questions, answer questions, kind of just be known and be heard. So that way you are known as the authority, and your practice itself kind of gets a little more clout, a little more credibility. And again, that helps you to grow your business through other vendors, through other types of businesses that can help your business succeed and expand the way that you want it to. Next, of course, on the list is going to be YouTube. YouTube's going to be one of those things that we are always promoting. You want to make sure that with YouTube, of course, it's one of those things that you want to cater to not only your patients, but pretty much anyone that you're trying to reach out to. Now, YouTube itself, okay, a lot of people don't realize YouTube is the second largest search engine out there. Now, a lot of people don't really consider it a search engine, but unfortunately it is a search engine, and it is widely used. I actually use YouTube a lot for things when I'm trying to search for something, even if it's searching for a business. I actually will look on YouTube sometimes. Either way, I'm looking on either Google, I'm looking on YouTube, and YouTube is owned by Google, so Google loves when people use their products. Now, when someone's searching for your business on Google and they pull up a lot of different search results, you do have the option, or I should say the capability, to have a video pop up on that search result page. So in order for you to really kind of maximize that real estate on that page when someone's searching for you, you can either have your home page, specific pages on there, as well as a YouTube video or a couple clips of that specific topic that they're looking for. There's different things out there, like how to properly clean your frames, how to, maybe clean your contact lenses. Anything in general that you can think of that come up in your office, in your practice, as frequently asked questions, you can create small snippet clips, little videos that you can put on not only your YouTube channel, you can also put it on your website, and then it also has the capability of being pulled up through those search results when someone's searching for you. And a lot of times people want to watch video. 80% of users will watch video, while only 20% are actually going to read the written content in its entirety. So think of it that way. If I'm on the go, I'd rather watch a video. It's a lot easier. I might see it on my phone, I might see it on my tablet, on my laptop. But it's one of those things where you definitely want to make sure that you are catering to that audience, because again, 80%, that's a mass majority. 80% of people are going to watch the video rather than want to read the content. Now, that doesn't mean stray away from the content at all. You do still want to have content on your website. It is still king. That is essentially what pulls your website up. That's what pulls your pages up when someone's searching for you. But the video, again, is a supplement. Now, video is also going to be a way, again, like I mentioned, to expand that audience and reach that 80% of people that you might not normally reach. Now, you can, of course, expand and maximize all your efforts by incorporating all these videos and making shareable, putting them on social media, Twitter. You can also put them on LinkedIn as well if you'd like. But again, I would keep LinkedIn separate and more professional, geared towards kind of expanding your business, your practice, in a different aspect, whereas YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, those other social media platforms, again, are to reach your patient, your client base. So maybe kind of do something a little bit different. If you already have some videos, maybe you can shake it up a little bit. Maybe you can change from having just a regular blog post to including a video in your blog. A lot of times, again, like I mentioned before in past webinars, and I'll continue to mention it, blogs are a great way to have refreshed content on your website. Google loves when you have content continually updated and refreshed. Now, you can't do that normally with normal content pages on your website. So this gives you the option to create more content that's smaller in edible chunks, which again come in the versions of blogs. And what better way to enhance your blog than by going ahead and adding a video to that blog. Now, one thing you need to make sure that you do is you want to make sure that all the different channels that you have are pretty much set. You want to determine what those channels are. And businesses that have different channels for different topics are more, it's really kind of more work than simply uploading a video. But it can help you tremendously down the road when you're reading your analytics and maybe determining what works and really what doesn't. So while small businesses, most of the time small businesses, sometimes medium-sized businesses do tend to have that one channel, you want to make sure that you offer different services that are kind of geared towards those different specific audiences, those kind of things. So you want to categorize those videos, maybe put them in different sections. Currently on our iMatrix YouTube channel, we do have different playlists, different sections that you can actually categorize via webinars, how-tos, maybe if you have specifics on, again, I'm just going to kind of throw in contact lens playlist that just kind of goes over all the different types of videos that you can come up with for that. LASIK, maybe you have something for LASIK. Different tips and tricks on, how to prevent, eye problems, vision problems, things like that. Whatever the categories may be, you can specify those and you can actually segment them. So it makes it a lot easier for people to kind of view that content and understand really kind of what they're looking for, as opposed to kind of finding a needle in a haystack. Now, since this will take a little bit more time, you want to determine whether you have enough staff power to manage multiple channels at once. If you don't worry. This, again, is just kind of a tip. This is a way to maximize the potential. If you already are doing a lot of these things on your YouTube channel, kudos. I definitely give those to you as well. Just keep in mind, if you are looking for that next level and what can I do even more, I've got the time, I've got the staff power, let's just do this. These are the things that you're going to want to do to really kind of maximize that potential and make sure that you have everything good to go regarding YouTube. Again, YouTube can be more professional based, but again, if you want to keep it a little lighthearted, you can. Keeping those videos separate, keeping them separate from your LinkedIn, and making sure that the YouTube videos are on your website, social media, things like that, are different ways you can maximize all the different YouTube functionalities, because they do have analytics. You can actually see who comes to your page. You can actually see who views the video, how long they view the video. And there's different ways of actually kind of seeing how things work, the same way with Google Analytics on your website. So make sure you're looking at all the analytics and all the YouTube insights and making sure that if you are putting videos out there, that they're being viewed and that they're being seen and that you are maximizing that potential, because if not, you're really kind of just wasting time and you could be utilizing that time somewhere else. So of course, next we've got the Instagram. It's the famous Instagram. A lot of people don't really know what to do with Instagram. They kind of think, well, this isn't really something that I can utilize for my practice. That my daughter uses it, my son uses it. What can I do with Instagram? Well, Instagram is all about sharing cool, artistic photos. A lot of times people think, well, again, it has nothing to do with my practice. Well, images of eye exams might not really fit the bill. Photos of maybe designer frames, breathtaking abstracts, landscapes fit the bill pretty nicely. So you want to incorporate your Instagram really on your website. You want to make sure that it's, possibly if you're using an embeddable feed, again, it's one of those things where you can actually just take the, you can have maybe like a widget and have all the Instagram posts right there live on your website. I don't recommend using widgets a lot of times because they do tend to break the website sometimes, depending on where you have the widget. There's different sizes and different types of widgets out there. And a lot of times they're third party. They're not necessarily directly from the developers. Facebook has those. Twitter has those. If anything, I would probably just keep a link on your website, maybe have some images on your website from your Instagram profile. But again, you might not want to do anything when it's just directly, technical, eye exams, those kind of things. Maybe just throw some things that, when I go to these vision shows, I see a lot of designer frames. I mean, at Vision East, they have fashion shows, which is crazy. I remember the first time Vision East I went there, and they had a fashion show. I believe it was like Marc Jacobs or one of those, and it was awesome. I thought it was great, and it had to do with the eye care industry because a lot of people want to obviously have great vision. They want to fix any kind of vision impairments that they have. But at the same time, they want to make sure that they look cool and that they have great lenses, or sorry, great frames. If they have sunglasses, they want to make sure that they look great, whether they're Ray-Bans or whatnot. So you want to make sure that you cater to that audience as well, because they aren't only going to go to make sure that their vision is corrected or that everything's good to go with their vision, but they want to make sure that they have proper frames. I currently wear glasses. I wear Oakleys, and I've had these for a couple years now, and I'm already kind of tired of them. I really want to have different frames. I can see fine through them. It's great. It's functional. It does that. But it gets to a point where a lot of people just they want to have something different, whether it's different colors, different frame sizes, whatever it may be, and it kind of goes past the vision part of it, and it goes more towards the aesthetics and the design part of it. So you want to really kind of showcase that. And if you have those in your practice, showcase them. It's not really any other place you can do that, maybe besides your website. But if you have a lot of great designer frames, I mean, a lot of times people will go to you because you have specific frames that other people don't, specific brands that other people don't. So I know I've gone to different places. I've gone to LensCrafters. I've gone to, Nordstrom's, Macy's, wherever I can get different types of frames, and certain places have certain types of brands that other ones don't. So showcase that. Let people know that you have a mass variety and that you have this available, and you can also, post different updates on Instagram, things like that. So make sure that, if you are using specific, widgets, again, if you're going to go back to using a widget, there's certain services like Snap Widget, Iconosquare that really kind of let you display your Instagram. Even Twitter and Facebook work on it with really kind of an aesthetically pleasing type of widget. Unlike the Twitter or Facebook feeds of yesterday, these new feeds really feature less of a scroll option and more of a designer gallery of your images. So that might actually be the best bet for you. And many services offer free or premium services, so you can get really what you can and maximize your budget on that. Maybe take a look at it if you want to look into it. Snap Widget, again, is one. Iconosquare is another one. And it's really one of those things where you want to make sure at least it looks aesthetically pleasing, because that's, again, the main purpose of Instagram, is to make sure that everything looks good to go. Instagram's known for filters, and it's there for a reason. A lot of people want to make sure that their pictures look great. So make sure you do the same thing with yours. And you don't have to worry about posting often to Instagram. It's not one of those things where I recommend with Facebook and Google Plus, where you at least need to post maybe once a week, if not more. Don't let it kind of linger longer than that. Instagram, again, it's one of those things where you can post once a week. You can probably post once every 2 weeks or whatnot. I personally don't post a lot on my Instagram. I probably post more on Facebook personally. Of course, I'm not a business, but again, for your business, I do recommend at least maybe once a week, if not more. Definitely try not to have it last longer than that. But with Instagram, you don't have to necessarily be that strict. You can probably be a little more loose on that. Keep in mind, a lot of times people that are on Facebook, they are also on Instagram, and they're most of the time on Twitter. I'd say the two that pair nicely together, that majority of people are probably on, is Instagram and Facebook. Keep in mind, Facebook did buy out Instagram a while back. Something crazy like $1 billion, I'm not sure, but I mean, they bought them out, so now they are all pretty much one company. And that's a lot of reasons why it works so well with Facebook. So if you are active on Facebook, I definitely recommend getting Instagram, because anything you post to Facebook, you can easily just post to Instagram. The only thing you can't really do on Instagram, because Instagram is mainly pictures, is unlike Facebook and Twitter, where you can literally just type in a post. Maybe you guys have a special holiday offer, and you just want to type in just text only. That's something that you probably want to put specifically on Google Plus, Facebook, and Twitter. You can't really do that on Instagram. Instagram's just images. Unless you have an image that goes with it and you have text on the image, then that works as well. So keep in mind, again, you don't have to post all the time to Instagram. It doesn't always work out the same way that it would on Facebook and Twitter, but at least make sure that you're posting enough so that people can actually see your great inventory and what you can do. Now, one thing that is extremely useful on Instagram, now this works as well on Facebook, it works on Twitter. I believe Twitter's the one that started hashtags, but you want to definitely make sure that you are hashtagging your business. Create a hashtag that you can utilize, that not only you can use on your Instagram. You can also use it, I believe you can also use it on LinkedIn. You can use it on LinkedIn. You can use these hashtags pretty much anywhere on any social media. So kind of think about it. You know, if you've ever gone to a wedding, and a lot of times nowadays people have weddings where, you know, they've got, you know, John and Jane 2016 or something like that. You know, it's one of those things where it's easy for people to search. If someone is posting something about your business, they can click on that hashtag, and then it pulls up a completely different screen, and you can actually see all the different things and all the different people that are talking about that specific hashtag. And if you want it to be just about your business, make sure that the hashtag isn't something that is, uh, you know, very known, I guess you could say, out there, something that is widely used. You know, if your practice tends to be, I'm just going to use this as an example. We at iMatrix, of course, if anyone hasn't put two and two together, originally when we started iMatrix back 15, 16 years ago, it was based on the movie Matrix, of course. I believe that, and we actually had different first couple sites that we had were defaulted as Anderson. You know, so if you ever go onto our demo sites, you'll see it's either, you know, Anderson Chiropractic, Anderson Optometry, Anderson Animal Clinic, because of Mr. Anderson on the Matrix. So funny thing is, we actually have a lot of clients that that have practices named Anderson, you know, Chiropractic or Anderson Optometry. So it's actually funny when I come across those, because that's kind of our default, you know, name for those things. And there's actually businesses out there that are called that. So you want to make sure that whatever you have, if your business is one of those that is probably, you know, they've got a couple of these businesses out there, you know, I'm just going to randomly name this, 123 Eye Care, okay? Maybe there's 5 or 6 different ones out there in the nation. You might not have any in your area, but remember, Instagram, Facebook, all these platforms are worldwide, okay? And so when people are actually tagging on those or clicking on those hashtags, you just want to make sure it's pertaining to your practice. So maybe come up with something, just think of something that's quirky, but make sure it's pertaining to your practice and not something that has no relevance to your businesses at all. You want to have your business name in there, and if it seems too similar to other people's hashtags, maybe toss in a number here and there, or do something to where it differentiates it a little bit. Now, this is something, again, that not only your business can use, your staff can use, but your patients can also use. Maybe they just purchased some frames at your practice. Maybe they just had LASIK done and they can see better than they've ever seen before. They can actually hashtag a picture. Maybe they took a picture on their own Instagram, on their own Facebook or Twitter. They can actually hashtag it, and then it will add it to that hashtag gallery that you guys have begun to build. And not only are you adding to it, but your patients are adding to it as well. So again, you can create different hashtags, maybe hashtag now I can see, or hashtag would have missed this, you know, like something funny like that. And so your patients can tag you in the images they take of themselves in their corrective eyewear, or the beautiful or touching sights that they would have missed if they hadn't seen clearly, different things that really changed their life and they really want to thank you. You can even utilize those if they're posting something and they tag your business. Hey, there's the testimonial. You know, look at that. There's so many different ways to get things to benefit your business that you really don't have to ask anyone to do. You just create them and people just start to use them. And hashtags are a great way to do that. So make sure that you do something. If you have maybe an offer, maybe it's something for the holidays, you can even use hashtags for special events. If you want to post something on your Instagram about, hey, we've got this great special for the holidays, you know, hashtag I can see Christmas or something, or I see snow, or whatever it may be that's kind of funny and it relates to eye care or vision slash the holidays, maybe slash the offer that you have. That's one of those things that definitely helps to resonate, and it allows you to actually see who is tagging you up, and also it gives other people the ability that aren't necessarily familiar with your practice to click on that tag and see, oh, my friend or my family tag them in. Oh, they got LASIK from this place? Awesome, I'm going to go there too because I trust my friend or I trust my family member. Oh, I love your frames. Where'd you get them? Awesome, I need to go there. Oh, I need new contact lenses. You know, like I need to get an eye exam. I need to get all this stuff done. Where do I go? Oh, awesome, I'm going to look on my Facebook, or I'm going to look on my Instagram and look at that post that my cousin posted or that my aunt posted. And so it's a great way to kind of just link directly to your business. So make sure that you have all those available and really kind of maximize the popularity, literally, of Instagram. It's a huge platform, again, Facebook would not have bought it out for $1 billion. It's $1 billion. It's crazy to me now that I'm saying it again. And this happened probably at least maybe 5 years ago, at least a few years ago. I know that they purchased them out. So it's important because it's a big platform, and a lot of people need to realize that and utilize it. So the next platform, of course, which we're not going to really talk about in this presentation, maybe we'll talk about it in a future one, of course, is Snapchat. Snapchat is widely growing. It's huge. I remember when Instagram first came out, a lot of people did not want to use it. They thought it was for kids, and my daughter uses it, my son uses it. I don't need that stuff. But it's widely used by news networks, by the president. I mean, it's everywhere. It's being used everywhere because that's where you're going to see the masses. And so Instagram's the same thing, you know, and Snapchat's going to be one of those things that's kind of getting that way as well. So we'll probably have some kind of presentation going over that and kind of explaining how you can maybe benefit from using that social media network. But for now, let's go ahead and, you know, keep this or conclude this presentation. I do want to say thanks for everyone for stopping on by. Again, we were going to make it short. If you do have questions on any of these three, definitely let me know. I do think that with LinkedIn, you want to make sure, again, keep it professional. You want to make sure that you do have everything in line to where if you do want to post something more technical, maybe you like writing things a little more technical that your colleagues would understand. LinkedIn's perfect for that. Other people, you know, that are prospective clients and patients, they might actually see that and they might like it as well. But again, I would prefer LinkedIn as more of a business expansion, a business growth potential type of platform where you can actually reach out to other businesses and colleagues, and maybe you might learn a couple things here and there on different techniques and different new trends and technology that are out there. All that stuff happens on LinkedIn. So you want to make sure that if you are sticking on LinkedIn or that you are sticking with these other platforms, that you have all these available on your website. Please put them on your website. You need to have the icons available so people can click on them. Make sure that they're visible, whether it's in the sidebar, whether it's in the top navigation area. It needs to be at least above the fold so people know what to click. If you have any questions, definitely let us know. We can take a look at your social media profiles absolutely for free, along with a free website evaluation. If you do want to have someone look at your social media, kind of, you know, kind of give it an audit, maybe kind of give it an analysis and see what you're doing, what you can do to better promote things. Keep in mind, with Facebook, you can promote your posts. With Instagram, you can definitely push your posts from Instagram to Facebook and LinkedIn, and Twitter and other different types of platforms. That way you are maximizing the bandwidth that you're using and you're not actually wasting too much time having to post on all these sites. So again, thanks for attending. If you have any questions, let us know. You can give us a call, 877-739-5442. Or if you want, let me know. I can have someone reach out to you personally right away. We can have someone look at your social media profiles, as well as look at your website and kind of take a look at what you're doing for now. We will have future webinars happening in coming up here in 2017. I believe we might have one more webinar happening this month. But again, if we don't see you or if we don't talk to you, hope you guys have a happy holidays. And again, let us know if there's anything we can help you out with. So until then, talk to you soon.